What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with another 90-day Fiance video. And for so long, we've been wondering why, but why did Memphis decide to up and leave the tell-all last minute? In fact, right when it was about to be her turn. Well, it seems to me as if Mary Pants, which is a Instagram page, has got footage of what happened on the day of the tell-all. But before we get into that, let's give a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel. Now, I will add this though. When Memphis did leave, Hamza stayed. And people have been questioning why. Rumor has it, the reason why Hamza stayed was because at that time, they had already broken up and they were no longer living together. Which is quite interesting because they both still turned up, dressed to impress, and dressed as if they were still one. I wonder whose idea that was. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this little clip itself in particular, and let's break down exactly what is happening. But yeah, shout out to Mary Pants, if you dig what I mean.
I'll call you back later, babe.
You said what miscommunication? Because you had the cameraman in the crawl of the damn door.
Supposed to be filming inside the door. I was told
you left the door open. Every time you guys came in and out of the room, you shut the door. And that one time you left the door open. Don't try to act like you didn't know. Let's take full responsibility. No, you knew he was in the doorway. Because when I walked to the bathroom, you were talking about camera, the microphones and
not
shit.
trying to leave an open shot.
But you didn't even say anything when we were mad about it. When we said, you know, because if you felt some type of way, you would have said it then. I'm sitting in there, I'm sick, I'm throwing up, my blood pressure is elevated, I'm dehydrated, I'm trying to feed my baby, and here you guys are. You guys don't care about no one, and that's the thing. I never told her how I felt about Sharp, any of this stuff. This is her own judgment based off of what she's seen. So that's something. That means that.
You know, let me tell you something real quick. I just made a video on Memphis that I probably won't upload until tomorrow now. And it's crazy because this kind of comes in the same conversation. But Memphis is always talking about being this mother. She's always talking about how, you know, my kids are important and my kids come first and they're no go, real talk, blah, 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 blah. But here's the thing though. She's at the tell-all. The producers have come in. They've tried to record her in this private room, per se, and she hasn't liked it, which is cool, understand, private room, I get it. But tell me something, why would you then be shouting when your child is there crying? Memphis is the only one, from what I can hear, with an elevated voice. Her child is crying. The only thing that should matter to Memphis right now is telling them to go away peacefully so she can aid to her child. But not once have I seen her aid to her child. All we have seen her do is continuously just be outraged and just be angry and use her children, or her child, shall I say, in this particular moment, as a reason of X, Y, Z. Which I find quite irritating, quite disrespectful to her child. Because as far as I'm concerned, when children are involved, I will always make it about the children because people need to be called out for their parenting freaking skills. And I guess that comes from myself in particular, in terms of how I was raised, in terms of my traumatic experiences, and also, which I think is more of an impact to me, because I've worked with children, and I still do every now and then. And I know what it's like for a child to be in a situation where your parents care more about having an elevated voice rather than paying attention to the fact that you are, one, either crying, or two, that you're either sad, amongst many other things. But hey, this is Memphis. Memphis is perfect. Memphis has everything in the world that we all wish we had, because that's what she claims. But anyway, let's continue. And yeah, let's break it down.
That is not me.
Speak for just 1 minute just to explain. So I was asked to go up to the door and to, knock and check on you. And I wanted to genuinely check on you. And I was gonna ask you if later on you were comfortable with a camera coming in once you felt a little better, but obviously you were nursing and I didn't want to bother you then.
Then why would you shut the door behind you?
I just
What do you usually do?
Open.
It did not come. You
No.
left it
You
open.
did
Let's
leave it
not
open.
act like that.
Doors literally, they go, and then I kind of
No. Why every other time that the door shut, you
It's
shut the
acting plus
door?
now. We're playing pretend like no.
Listen, let's calm down and not scream, because I honestly think that, don't worry, no footage is going to be used.
That's not even the point. The point is it shows you guys' integrity and you don't have
Well, I
any.
think that we're standing here and we're really upset that you're upset. Megan's apologized.
So you're upset that I'm upset, but you're not upset at the supposed miscommunication. Do you understand? No, well, that's not what you said. You said you're upset that I'm upset. You're not upset at the actions of your employees, right?
And
And I don't see that cameraman down here who was looking at my boob. I'm sitting there breastfeeding my daughter.
I can assure you, he did not get a shot of you.
Okay, that doesn't matter. He still was. Her titty was out. Do you want to pull your titty out for everybody to see right now? No.
No, and I'm so sorry that you felt so.
Just give me a break. Listen, again, Memphis is the only one that is elevating her voice, projecting it louder than anything else, shouting. I don't know if the banging is also her, but there's a chance that the banging is her. Okay, or it could be her sister, who I think is also there too, but someone is banging when there's a child in the room. It doesn't matter how old a child is. If there's projection of anger, a child will pick up on it. Hence why they'll respond with crying. But either way, you know, I can only respect the TLC person right here, employee, because she's doing her best to not turn up, to not raise her voice, to not go absolutely berserk and just go crazy with it. Which is why, you know, but you know what? Let's just proceed, man. Memphis, you are one hell of a freaking tool. I think that's just me being polite. But anyway, let's proceed.
And explode, because I would never want you to. That's why I kept closing the door when I did see come over. That's why Tim kept going over and closing the door and just.
Oh, that one, he closed the door once. Like, oh my God, this is what makes me so irritated, is because you're lying right now. I was sitting right there. You're lying.
You guys have watched.
Listen.
You've watched the show, right? Have you ever seen a shot like that used in the show?
Listen, that's beyond it. That's not the point. They invaded my privacy. The baby.
There's a whole ass grown man standing at the door with a camera while she has her titty out.
And I'm
Do
sick.
you not understand
And I'm
that?
sick.
I don't want us all screaming at each other.
Okay, you know what?
I don't think we should
Just
skip to that. If you want to leave, of
Yes,
course,
that's
we're not
fine.
gonna keep you here. You
I
should
want to
leave.
go.
I don't think it's good for any of us or the baby.
Yes, let's
we
go.
operate.
You guys didn't care about the baby in the
That's not how
first
you operate,
place.
because obviously it is how you operate. I'll quiet
We're
down.
not-
I
we're
apologize
not
for yelling.
screaming, so
I
let's
apologize
not-
for yelling. I
let's not
won't
do
yell
that.
anymore.
Let's not do that.
She's just upset that you guys are just not taking accountability.
Do you want to leave?
Let's go. But you're
are.
waiting for the call. That's why we're down here.
That's fine.
I am very sorry. The only point that I was trying to make with that idea of the shot, that is a miscommunication. If we were trying to get something we could use,
No,
we
you
would
should
have offered
have
it.
asked. You should have asked instead of just rolling through the motions of, oh, take Excedrin and this and that, when you're not even a doctor to even tell me what I should be taking. You see what I'm saying? Like, everything was wrong.
It should have been nowhere near the people.
And now it's like, we feel like if at least Hamza doesn't go on, you guys are going to make whatever.
Whatever you guys want to play out of the situation. But you know what? I'm not letting that happen. So
Guys, I would much rather you guys stick around. I don't think that's going to happen.
No. He can stay. If you guys are going to use the material for him to hold up for us, he can stay.
they're not gonna use it. He's gonna stay, they're gonna record it, and then they're gonna edit it out later. Because that's exactly what they're gonna do. They're gonna probably use the footage of them standing at the doorway when he was halfway in there and I walked over to get water. That's what they're gonna do.
Yeah, and probably make it look like I was unruly or something, and not
Exactly.
sick, throwing up, and high blood
It's okay. Is the
pressure.
car here? Because I'm ready to go.
I know, Mama.
Wow. Wow. The instigator. You can flat out hear her own sister as well. It's like everything always has to be within Memphis's favor. Memphis always has to be the victim. No wonder why, because clearly that's what her family that's what her family has made her to become, you know? This is just despicable. Absolutely despicable and disgusting. I mean, at least she's trying to actually aid to her daughter for once by, you know, shaking the car seat. Yes, that's definitely a car seat. Yes, baby car seat. Yes, but let's just finish the video, man. Because to be honest with you, this is beyond embarrassing and just, yeah.
We're not, have you seen any cameras since this started? We're not,
I don't
we're not
care.
Trying to,
I
we're
think
not
that-
trying to see you under.
Well, I know, but in the beginning, why were they asking where the mic was? I literally left
They
it in there
asked
because there
where
was
the mic was when
nothing.
I went to the bathroom.
All the time we do things where you hear producer voice.
You asked if the mic was in the room.
I did not. I wasn't up here. All the time we do use producer voice. You've seen that where it's like, hey,
I
how are you feeling? We would never use a shot of you breastfeeding.
It was very violating. There was no way that he should have even been anywhere close to.
No, I'm just like, I can't apologize enough. Like, I really, yes, that was violating.
That's the kind of stuff that'll get people fired. Do you know what I mean? So the fact that he's not down here and we can't identify who was violating us, regardless of who was saying what to tell him to do what, that's very disrespectful. That is very disrespectful. That's not how, that's not, and we're supposed to be employees under you guys too, and that's how you guys treat someone who's sick, someone, you know, who isn't feeling good, someone who's breastfeeding, all of that.
Is the car gonna be here soon?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, thanks, David, for your, you know, he can stay as long as you guys promise to at least use what he needs to at least tell our story. Because I don't want you guys just saying whatever y'all want to say about it.
We will say that you felt sick.
Yeah, but can he stay so he can?
They're not gonna tell. They're gonna let him say you were sick and that's about it. So I mean, is the car almost here?
It should be. I can go check again. I checked a minute ago. They said it was on the way. But yes, and if you would mind, Hamza, if you were okay to stay, we will.
Yeah, if they're gonna use what you say, I think he should stay.
They're not gonna use it. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I feel like it's worth a try. Yeah, you want to stay and do it? Yeah.
Fucking you over.
Yeah.
All the stuff they've been filming. So.
Yeah, but if you guys aren't gonna use it, you just be honest. Don't waste his time and don't waste my time.
Do you want to go in and say goodbye to Sean and?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Mariam,
Yeah.
are you okay to rock the baby for a minute?
Yeah.
Whew, that was one hell of a roller coaster, wasn't it? So here's the thing. Violation. She's coming at them for supposedly, according to herself in particular and her sister, recording her while she was breastfeeding. But then within that time, she had the ability to take out her own phone and record the whole scene. And of course, that's when, you know, Hamza decided to proceed to go back in. So we know for sure now, she never left because she was poorly. She left because she was violated. But you know what I wonder though? Recently, in the last couple of days, a lot of leaks have been coming out. Text messages, Instagram, whatever you call it. And then I sit here and I say to myself, but now this video comes out too. I do wonder if all this was all pre-planned by Memphis or even by TLC themselves in particular to keep the ball rolling. But I'm going to go with Memphis, to be honest with you. But you know what though? I tell you what was quite disappointing. The fact that Hamza was there the whole time, I didn't even realize it, to be honest with you, until the end. He was there the whole time. Memphis is not being a mother at that moment in time to even try and, you know, really do a good job to calm down her child. So if I was the father, what am I going to do? If I know that Memphis is my woman and I know that once she gets going, she's going, I'm not even going to try and calm her down. I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to do the best thing possible. I'm going to take the baby off her hands, walk somewhere else where it's nice and quiet, and then get my baby to calm down. But that didn't happen. So to be honest with you here, I'm disappointed both in Memphis's ability to make a scene of this rather than cater to a child, and I'm also disappointed in Hamza for not being a man enough or father enough to step up and say, you know what, let me just take the baby and go. And then also on top of this, don't forget, we also had Memphis' sister as well. Now, she may not be, you know, a parent per se, but she's still an auntie. She could have still been the bigger picture. I mean, the bigger person. So there's 3 adults here who are all connected to a newborn. Any one of them could have done that, but no. What happened was that Memphis and her sister were more focused on putting the show on blast. And Memphis was more focused because I personally think that this whole thing was a diversion. I think the reason why Memphis did this was purely because she didn't want to go back on the TV show because she didn't want to get called out for her BS. So I think that she was looking for anything, for the smallest thing possible for her to be like, well, this is why I'm definitely not going back on, and this is why I'm just gonna walk out. So the whole thing of I'm being sick was definitely a lie. We saw that because she doesn't claim it anymore here. So I think at that moment in time, she went back. She then obviously decided to find another reason to escalate even more. And then boom, it came along. And then she made a whole nightmare out of it. And now, ironically, it's all now surfacing online like it wasn't planned. Invasion of your privacy. Oh my goodness gracious me. But hey, these are just my opinions and aspects. Obviously, you guys got to see the video yourselves in particular. And it is up to you how you want to view it. And anything that I did miss out, please do make sure you comment it down below. So, you know, I can read it with you guys and, you know, we can share our opinions and thoughts. But if only one day soon Memphis would just mature. For someone that is a nurse, you know what? I've just seen episode 1. Fun fact, I just seen episode 1. I rewatched episode 1 because I wanted to see something. And I picked up a few things on episode 1 about Memphis. In fact, I even picked up a few things about Gino too. So I have got a video dropping soon about Memphis. Possibly Gino and Jasmine, because to be honest with you, there's something that I realized about Gino and Jasmine's relationship that's quite disturbing in terms of Jasmine's behavior. But we'll get to that. Yeah. But nonetheless though, let me know what you're thinking about Memphis' behavior in this episode, and we'll talk about it. But thank you so much for your time, ladies and gentlemen. You are also beautiful as always. Peace.